Well, hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave, out here in the old wood shop. You know where I'm at. Working on these flowers, cutting petals, stems, stuff like that. This is a collage on like an old board that I've created and everything. A little bit of work here, not too much. Let me show you one that's been done, almost. Got to do the bee and stuff. See the sunflower? You know, it's just hanging off there. And I am going to put a little bee above this right here. I'm going to take a little piece of wire and curly it and carve a little bee like he's flying over the sunflower. You know, and then they'll just hang on the wall. I'm thinking about making these where they'll say welcome. Give you something like that. But I'm working on this one. A good friend of mine asked me if I do the Texas flags. And I'm like, well, yeah, he's from Texas. So there's your Texas flag. Just a small one. So I thought I'd do another one. And of course, I still make the whimsical American flags. You know me, my flag. I love my flags. I love all, I call them my brothers and sisters who served this great country. That's who I call my brothers and sisters. I get to do what I'm doing right now because of them. Yep. No, I'm working on this a lot of stuff. I'm carving for spring, and I'm just building all kinds of things. I've got all kinds of stuff cut out, ready to go. I'm let's see here, folks. Hang on. Cutting another smaller gnome in the mushroom. Yeah, that's what he is. I'm cutting out. I'm going. On Sundays, I usually go out to a restaurant that I always go to, a Burger King, and they really like me there. And you know, it gives their customers you know, something to watch. Same thing I used to do here in Gatlinburg when we had the McDonald's. I'd sit there and carve, and you know, I'll go out there and set. I'm relaxed, and when I'm relaxed, I mean, I can sit down and not leave for 10, 12 hours and just flat carve. I plug in my ears and I listen to my old music, stuff that you can understand, and I just flat carve. You know, I just drink coffee and carve. I don't eat. I just flat carve. When I get to that point, it's just like I go into a trance, and I just don't stop. Unless you come up and want to chit-chat with me at my table. That's totally cool. I had a guy he's staying across the street, this motel where my house is, and he come up yesterday and standing out there in the driveway, and he goes, "Sir, I just been watching you for 3 or 4 days, because I sit outside and carve a lot." And he goes, "I don't mean to bother you." And I said, "Well, you ain't going to bother me. Come on over here. I'm poor but friendly. Lord have mercy. I ain't no one special. Just an old man that's doing what he loves to do. Just do a little carving. Just a little whoop-de-doo. Got to get these things kind of..." And see, let me show you this other one again. What I'm doing is, I'm just making these petals. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making petals. Petals for the stem. You know, each one's going to be different because, you know, no flower is perfect. So, just making a couple of those. Sample. It don't take no rocket scientist to make it. Then, here's one of my small whimsical flags. Get a little dust off. See? Very small. And see how I do it? Country boy way. Drill the hoe, put 2 nails in the wall. Woo! And she can be hung. Very simple. I like whimsical flags. I can ship those. My big flags I make, I just can't ship them. I don't rip my customers off. Because I only make the big ones if they're custom ordered. And they're usually coming here to town and they pick them up. Because it's just unreal what it costs to ship anything anymore. It's ridiculous. You know? Totally ridiculous. Oh, let me show you something. That collage that I was doing the other day. Let me turn this camera around for a second. I'm going to hold her up. The bear and the mountains and the tree. Well, there you go. See the collage? That's what I was doing the other day, working on, carving these mountains, carving the tree, building the frame. I mean, there's the moon and the bear, all that. Yeah. I like this one. And I'm drawing a moose. I'm going to draw a wolf, probably a deer, stuff like that. Bring you back on around here. There we go. Yeah. My wife was going to come out this morning and do a really good video and hold the camera, because I just don't understand how somebody can do all them fancy videos and make them look nice. I guess because they know how to edit. Lord, I don't know. I mean, I can't hold the camera perfect and hold this knife and do a video without whacking my finger off. There we go. And there's the flower I'm carving. See the flower? Just a very whimsical little flower. Yeah. And just making the stems and getting them curled, and then it's a little work. They don't take long. These are whimsical carvings. I like whimsical. Lord have mercy. When I was young, you know, things meant different to me, and I used to do high-end building and furniture, and I did high-end carvings and stuff like that, and I carved for all kinds of people. And now I could give this I just don't even want to do it. I don't enjoy it. I like whimsical, fun stuff like this. I like to create, and this just comes out of my head. I draw all this, and I'll fit all this together and get it where she'll fit good, and get the petals in here, stuff like that. That one don't look too bad. Now this is the other one. It don't fit good. I've got to come in here and do a little. I'll take it, put it on the bandsaw. Lord have mercy. I set them down 14 million times and can't find one pencil. Anybody ever do that? I think my pencil gets legs and walks off. All right, right here. See, I still got to work on these stems. All this has got to get fitted. Let's see. That needs to come off right there. Now that's going against the grain too much. Hang on, folks. Let's bring you over here. I'm going to move this camera now. Don't get sick on me. Okay? Let's bring you over to the old bandsaw. Had to give her a little tune-up, you know? Give her a little tune-up. Let's bring you over here. We're having the shakies today. It's about right there, hopefully. There we go. Now see, that's a lot better. Fits it a lot better. Like I said, sometimes you just got to give it a little tune-up. Do a little whoop-de-doo. Whoop, whoop, whoop-de-doo. Here we go. Raising them petals. I mean, you don't want to leave it flat. Golly, put some life to it, I tell people. I love this little knife. I was over in Cherokee, North Carolina, about an hour drive from my house. I actually go over to Bryson City, North Carolina quite a bit. I love Bryson City. It's got a dinner train and stuff, but I stopped off in Cherokee. And I went to a store, and because I seen it said handmade knives. And it was I can't remember the man's name, and I walked in, and I'm like, wow, look at that knife. Made out of a file. I make file knives too. And I said, ma'am, could I see that knife? And as soon as I set it in my hand, it fits me. It's comfortable. But as soon as I set that knife in my hand, I just looked at her and said, take it. And she goes, you don't want to know the price, sir? Like, nope. It's handmade. You don't question a man's work or a woman's work when she makes something with her love and by her hands. Nope. Take it. And I walked out with it. Bought that knife and came home and came with a sheath, and I love it. I'm going to buy a couple more of his knives. Man, it really makes a nice knife. And it's easy to sharpen. It holds a good, good blade edge, and made out of file. File knives been made for years, but like I said, anything that's handmade, and that's called love. That's called love. They took the time to design and build and, figured out all the mistakes. Same thing I do. This stuff doesn't fall out of a box. The funny thing one time is I had a lady one time, about drove me nuts. She kept asking me, well, what aisle did you buy that at Walmart? So I was carving this thing, and I said, ma'am, I don't go to Walmart and buy my stuff. I don't go to Hobby Lobbies and buy my stuff. I just take a block of wood or a plank board, and I create. And I couldn't get it through her thick head. Oh, Lord have mercy. She asked me like 10 million times. Finally, I was so glad. I was giving a demonstration that day. And I was in downtown Gatlinburg, and she just about drove me crazy. I was trying to be polite. I was trying to be very polite, but I couldn't get it through her thick head. I don't buy this stuff at Walmart. I don't go on Amazon and buy something that's pre-cut out and made. Lord, no. Just don't. I don't need to do that. No one needs to do that. You gotta challenge yourself. Just get out there and do it. Don't worry about it. A lot of people say, well, I can't do what you do. I said, yeah, you can. You just need a good teacher. And I'm a very good teacher. I have taught since I was a kid. When I was in high school, I had a teacher named Brian Bailey. He was our arts and crafts teacher. And he played bluegrass music. Well, when he needed to practice whatever day, they'd pull me out of class. And I'd go teach the arts and crafts because sometimes I knew more than the teacher. Sometimes. The funny thing is I taught all them years in high school. I taught a lot. They would yank me out of class, and he'd be sick or whatever, and I'd go substitute the class. I'd go teach the class. Taught a lot of people. I would take on the people that no one would ever take on. Just because they didn't know nothing, that don't make them stupid. No. This needs to have somebody to show them some respect and a little love. I like it there. And I've taught a lot of people. And one day when I got out of high school, I graduated. I was so happy to get out of school. And it was about maybe less than a month later, I get a call from Brian Bailey. And he goes, hey, we're starting a 10-week nighttime class at the old high school. I would like to hire you to come in and teach this class and help me. I'm like, all right. So guess what? Here I finally got out of school and I went back. I've taught at colleges and everything. But yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I took on people that didn't think they could do this, and I have patience. You could ask me the same crazy question 1,400 million times, and I'm not going to make fun of you. Lord, no. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you that you can do this and create and build and make and design and carry it on through life. If you need a chair, build you a chair. Lord have mercy. Build you a table. There's no right, no wrong. Like I said, I'm a good teacher. Always have been. I wanted to be a teacher. I really did, but the thing about me is I have a reading and spelling disability. And back years ago, what we were, and I've said this for years, we were just considered a walking check for people. So I didn't get the education like most people. Nope, sure didn't. But there's one thing they could never take is my art. They can't get my hands. Lord, no. So I turned down my scholarship, and that's probably one of the things that I regret. You know, I'm 60 years old, and I could have went anywhere with my scholarship, but you know, I barely made it through high school. Struggled. Like I said, you didn't get the help. No one cared back then. I've always said if I had a lot of money, I would donate to the reading and spelling program money so children would never have to suffer like I did. Because, you know, even to this day, they say, oh, it's easier and easier. No, it's not. It's not. They expect you to bleep bleep and use all them computers and stuff like I told you. I don't do that. You know, I don't understand it. I only understand building. So, I would donate so children who have this problem could get help and never, you know, and have a better life than I did. I'm telling you that right now. But I've made it. I have. I own a construction business, and I've drove tractor and trailer and drove all over the United States, and I taught myself. You know, I'm an old dog, and heck, I was driving stick shift when I was 13 years old. Taught myself. That ain't nothing. So, but, you know, this world's totally different now, and you need to think, you know, I've always said if I had the money, I'd create something so kids didn't have to struggle like I did. Listen. There we go, folks. I love that. You know, I wake up art. I breathe art. I'm constantly designing. I can be sitting on the living room couch doing, you know, maybe checking YouTube out or looking at Pinterest or just looking at different sites of art. And all of a sudden, I see an image and it triggers something in my brain. And I have to go draw that image. It will drive me batty. And I'll have to go draw and I'll have to create. I mean, I've been known to do that, get up at 3, 4, 5. I mean, I told you I don't sleep. I'll just get up and start drawing. Because I see something. And I can't shut the brain off, I tell people. There we go. See, I seen a problem there. The leaf was going straight. And I don't like straight. It's you got to think how that leaf is flowing. These take a little bit. I started with this X-Acto knife because just going against grain was just tearing up my knife. Just tearing her up. There you go. I think she's going to be a pretty one. You know, like I said, I make the greens and I'll get everything lined up. I'm going to put some grass, you know, this brownish grass stuff right here to hide the bottom stem. And like I said, I'm really contemplating doing some of these where it says welcome. Stuff like that. Got more flags to build. You know, little doody daddies. And like I said, I got to make a bee for the other one. And I may put a ladybug with this one. I don't know. Don't know yet. Hasn't talked to me yet. Not at all. But, well, I tell you what, let's bring you up here. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Well, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate, and I mean deeply appreciate everybody that's been giving me comments and likes and, sharing. And, if you got any ideas or, you want to tell me something or help me out in my YouTube channel, Lord have mercy. I definitely need that. But I just want to say thanks to everybody that's following me and everybody, and we appreciate everybody, and I will just talk to you later, and you all have a blessed day. Thank you again.